Salute, folks. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall, and I've returned today with another ADH Wealth Solution. Before I go in, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth, or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. Yo, it's your boy again, and I'm back with some of my personal Facebook antics. So here's a group that I belong to, life insurance agents, where a lot of agents who do and don't know what they're doing come and talk. This gentleman right here, Mr. Kovash, definitely knows what he's talking about. And unfortunately for a lot of, especially in the black community, it seems like these MLM companies, Family First Life, Primerica, People Helping People, World Financial Group, PFA, they all come and they prey on minority communities. So listen to what this licensed financial professional says about Primerica. No matter how many times a Primerican tells a lie does not make it a truth, period. Telling it for recruitment or to a client, however, may make it an ethics violation. So watch it, right? And we're going to talk about a lot of those ethics violations right here. No, your company does not have more 6- and 7-figure earners than anywhere else. That math simply ain't mathin'. So what he's talking about there is you'll hear often, well, Primerica makes the most 6- and 7-figure earners in financial services. While it is very true, they do generate a lot of 6- and 7-figure earners. It's not even off of the sale of financial services. So they're not even getting this 6- and 7 figures from making money off of their downline selling insurance or investments. They're making money off of people simply recruiting. And again, in all of these recruitment companies, they give a bad name to the financial professionals. Imagine, if you will, you went to go buy a car, and the car salesman says, hey, after this $50,000 loan, you know, dude, you bought this car like a pro. I bet you want to sell cars too. Why don't you come here, sign on this dotted line, and after you buy your brand new Chevy, you can also sell them. Well, you wouldn't do that, right? You'd be like, no, I'm all right. I like my job. I just want to. Oh no, you can do this part-time on the weekends and make $1,000 a week. No, you can't. But sounds good. Also, he gets paid for getting you to sell Chevys. But instead of selling you a Chevy, he just sells you on recruiting other people to sell Chevys. Therefore, no Chevys get sold. Your company has a ton of debt. Warren Buffett did not invest in it. Forbes magazine recanted a non-cogent study that once polled only your friends and family. In 2023, they did not even list you in the top 50 insurance companies, and to claim otherwise, knowing that is unethical. No one who buys your investments is doing better, because they're basic mutual funds that you can buy anywhere and not pay the 5% frontage fee. So they get a better return to buy the exact same investment elsewhere. Anything but term life is not a scam, and making blanket statements like that without understanding the circumstances and goals is just silly. Now, this does not just go for Primerica. This goes for people who I trust, like my brother JT the Pocket Watcher. You know good and well that you can't make a blatant statement when it comes to financials. And I hear a lot of CFPs or investment advisors who aren't insurance licensed make these blanket claims. So if that's the case, I should say, listen, you don't need an investment advisor. Just put your money in a Vanguard QQQ and just do $10,000 a year, aka $834 a month, which is the minimum investment. So buy term, invest the difference. When you're struggling to pay $300 a month in life insurance, where are you pulling this other $834 a month for this investment they're telling you about. BlackRock invested because of a leveraged deal on bad debt, not because of the strength of the company, but because they understand how reinsurance works. Citigroup spun it off because it thought the business model was unethical. So Citigroup is no longer with Primerica. You have the most agents living in... Oh, shit. What just happened? Oh, okay. You have the most agents living in poverty, according to your own annual report. Your company is not the fastest growing. The annual report shows it was contracting, and that's why they've lowered premiums to be competitive. Every single one of those things is a fact that can be checked and researched and quantified. It's not only dangerous, but downright unethical to speak in conjecture that cannot be quantified, yet hold yourselves out to be financial professionals. And that is why everyone else cannot stand you and your company. If you come back with something, make it quantifiable and factual, or you're just showing the world that what Skymerica is all about, preying on ignorance. Then someone says, can you prove any of this stuff? So the young lady asked the gentleman if he can prove any of it, and they were like, oh, I sent it to our company, our top company who runs our numbers, and he looked at it and said it's all false. So this guy went to Google and started showing them the numbers, right? But here's what's worse, right? They were like, oh no, that's all false. You're lying and we're the best investment company, right? So he says, okay, why don't I just go directly to Primerica and see what they say about their Class A shares, that buy term invest the difference. Class A shares generally have a front-end sales charge and lower annual expenses. If, for example, you have $10,000, which is the minimum you can invest, to invest in a fund, and the front-end sales charge is 5%, you would be charged $500. And the remaining $9,500 will be invested into the fund, right? But let's go even further. And this is literally from portfolio.primerica.com. How Primerica is compensated when you buy a mutual fund. So they get paid up front when you buy the large upfront sales charge, right? But then people be like, well, what about the fees on life insurance? Because you don't see those fees, right? It says here, Class B and C shares do not charge an upfront sales charge, but PFSI and your representative earn compensation at the time of sale. The charge is passed on to you through higher annual fees. Whoops. So this is not to just steam on Primerica. This is to steam on even other financial advisors and financial professionals who will tell you not to buy anything but term insurance and put it in a fund where you'll get 10%. They know that you cannot guarantee any percentage on something that's variable. So as we continue to go, here's more info. And then this guy says, even though our stocks are performing well, which they are, but over 90% of term policies don't pay out. So if a company keeps 90% of revenue, of course the numbers will perform well. A company's stock performance doesn't mean its products and or services are top tier. It just means their balance sheet looks good. That's all. A good company pays out claims, but the market is limited for the agents. Right? And then this person is like, yeah, just make them buy a buy a whole life policy, pay for it, never really build an investment greater than the value of the policy. Yeah, this is a Primerican, doesn't understand how it works. And again, this person says, even if they are financially strong and the stocks are high, it's likely largely because they don't pay out death claims from all the term they write and pay their agents a low commission. Mind you, in Primerica, you start with a 25% commission until you recruit people. Once you start recruiting people, they up your commission. They also pay you based on that $125 that the person pays to sign up. If you don't want the bullshit, come to death row. Holla. Says thank you. However, my problem with them is just their shady tactics they are known for. There's bad apples everywhere, but the concentration of bad people there is insane. All the lies, bait and switch tactics, bad mouthing everybody else, etc., etc. Primerica is a shit company to work for. I've heard so many horror stories. There are way better companies to work for. What is the ratio of people recruited into the system versus how many agents get licensed and do nothing versus how many agents get licensed, do nothing, and eventually quit. She says, I'm speaking for myself and my team, and only I would say about 20% will actually study and get their license. Now, them saying this, you got to realize something, right? I'm not just going to bash on Primerica. I'm going to bash on all bad financial professionals, right? This industry has a 90% fail rate. So I don't care if you're with Primerica, Prudential, or Popcorn Papa Pop. 90% of the people are going to be out of this business in the first 2 years because this business is hella hard. So to combine two things that are hard, MLM and insurance, yeah, PHP, World Financial Group, Experior, and all the other cults are wild and crazy. And it says, we pay for the licenses, so usually when people get into the studies, a lot of people get overwhelmed just by the licensing aspect. He says there's nothing they wouldn't say or do to keep those new recruits coming. It surprises me and amazes me how the company survived over 50 years online. A little confused here. When I signed up for this group, I could have sworn, oh yeah, he's mad. So I take it you're not with Crime America. Just post their comp schedule and everything from there will be self-explanatory. 22% starting comp. Right? So just so you guys know, industry average is 50%. At any rate, that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. Salute. So that's it for today, folks. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. And remember, folks, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.